Today I take a quick 4x4 trip outside Boulder, Colorado. I drive up into the mountains near Nederland to find the old Caribou Mine. I follow the Caribou 4-wheel drive route using the 505 route markers past Klondike Mountain and along the ridge. After that I tackle the narrow downhill section which brings us to Eldora before we head back for the day. We're going to be doing this trail with a Jeep Rubicon Wrangler. I made a quick stop outside of Nederland to take a photograph of the lake before continuing my drive up the mountain. The view from the top of Caribou Mountain is absolutely spectacular, and I took some time to look back down over the valley. The 505 route starts out at Caribou Mine as you pass through this gate. Note the warnings that you require a high clearance vehicle that's 4x4, and I would agree with this. Don't attempt this route without 4x4 and high clearance. The first bit of this trail was really easy driving, and I thought that we would get through the rest of the route pretty quickly.
So we've got a little bit of a rocky section here. We're just going to take it easy in 4-wheel drive. No need to go into low range at this point, so we're still using high range, and we'll change out if we feel that we need to. So we're not quite sure if we're supposed to use the route 128 over there or the route 505 over there. However, this road certainly looks like a lot more fun, so we're going to head up route 505. So we've got this next little rocky climb over here, and we've got a couple of bad rocks sticking out from the side. So we're just going to take it slow and head up here, try and get our wheels on that rock over there so that we don't damage anything. Quite bumpy as you can see, but we expect that. We'll just take it nice and slow. Next little uphill section over here, again we'll just take it nice and slow. Well, that wasn't too bad. We have such absolutely beautiful scenery out here. It really is amazing. We're going to continue up the road and see what else we can find. So this little climb has an interesting obstacle. There's a loose rock about a third of the way up. We're going to probably have to put our wheel on that rock and make sure it doesn't shoot up into the undercarriage. I would prefer not to go wide over that, so I'm just going to hit it with my wheel. So there's that rock I'm talking about, and we're just going to make sure we climb over it. There we go. A little bit of a bump. Down there you can see that rock. Alright, up here we now have a little bit more of a climb to get us up over here. So we're just going to choose our lines carefully and take it slow. So our next little climb, we just got to start choosing a couple of lines as we go up. And like I said before, we're going to be putting our wheels on the obstacles to make sure that we can not damage anything. And you might be able to hear a little bit of slippage happening from the tires. That's okay, we have no need to put our diff locks on yet. We're just a little cross-axled. There we go. This Rubicon making it look easy to climb up here. Up here we've got a very long climb up steep up the mountainside, so we're going to keep ourselves in low range and we're just going to go and choose our route as we go along. Bumpy, it's okay, allow the car to take care of it. So our next line is up there. We're going to try and miss this rock on the left. Quick turn in there. And we're going to climb out to the left where the spur of the other vehicle are. This Rubicon really makes it easy to climb up here. And if we did not have the travel we had on this vehicle, it would be a little bit more exciting. But this vehicle is making it easy. Right, we're heading up to the next section of this climb. This is going to be a little bit slippery. You can see there's lots of loose rocks on there. So again, we're just going to take it slow, and if the vehicle does start to slip, we'll just keep our momentum going. And if we can't make it, we'll roll back and take a little bit more momentum. So you might be able to hear the traction control working as it's guiding power to the wheels that need grip. Very, very nice little climb this. Really am enjoying it. Alright, so up ahead here we've got rocks on both sides. We're going to hit this rock on the left with our left wheel and allow it to come up and over. Alright, so up ahead here is a fairly steep off-camber section to keep the wheels out. I don't think there's any need to go up there, but you know what, just for the fun of it, let's do that and see how this Jeep manages it. So there you can hear we've got a little bit of cross-axle action going on there. We need to turn sharp so we don't hit that rock. Absolutely cross-axled now, and it came out without much issues. Alright, so we're heading up the next section of this climb here. Once we turn on left here, we'll start to see a lot more of the climb. Fairly bumpy, and again, we'll just take it slow. Alright, a little bit more rocky on this section. Nothing too challenging. So you'll feel how we just allow the vehicle and the transmission to do the work. Low range, nice and slow. Look at that majestic mountains there in the background. Just take a look at these great spectacular views that we can find up here. Really is amazing. We have a nice climb up ahead, nice loose rocks. This is going to be fun. Alright, now, see this rock pile ahead here? We're going to actually have to go up and put our wheel onto that and climb up this. Nice. Right, we've just seen something interesting on this trail. See this dark spot? This over here is oil. And if we follow this trail back, by the smell of it, it's nothing else other than diff oil. So I think somebody has hit their diff over here and has been leaking diff oil out across the road there. So let's not repeat that same mistake as we come up this section of the trail. Right, so seeing the diff oil there, as we're going to go up, we're going to make sure we keep our wheel on that rock. That way it keeps our diffs up and out of any danger. Oh, nothing hitting over there, so we're good. I'm going to go up to the side and go around these other rocks for the exact same reason. There we go, over that section of the trail. So we've got another one of our 505 route markers, so as far as we know, we're still on the right route. Here's the next section, and as you can see, it's just going to be rocky climbs. Alright, this next section is a little bit more rocky, so we're going to have to be careful and choose the right lines as we go down. We definitely don't want to run in that big rock there, so we're going to keep as far left as we can as we descend. There we go. Big drop off there, and now that we're down, we'll wait for the rear. There we go. All good. Oh, some bouncing over there. So we're going to try something new. Never used hill descent control before, so we've switched it on and we've set the speed, and we're actually going to allow the Jeep to take us down this next section. I am foot off, and the Jeep is now in control of our descent speed, which is not something I'm used to. I'm used to having to manually control it, but let's see how she does. Amazing, she's holding it at exactly the set speed, and no intervention from my side. Makes it actually easy to go down hills like this. It really is phenomenal how well this Jeep maintains its speed and how smooth it is while it's doing it. Alright, we're going to listen to the hill descent working as it goes down. Believe it or not, we have found a little bit of mud that we're going to have to go through. I didn't expect that. I was fully expecting rocks on this trip, but as you can see here, we have no choice other than to go straight through this mud. So we are going to see what we can do to get through here with the littlest amount of splashing possible. There we go. That was fairly easy. Nothing major there.
So today's Road Less Explored has brought us to this view. It's absolutely spectacular, and the reason why we go on these trips to find places where other people don't go.
So we've stopped at this section of the trail to enjoy the view. We're about to carry on down there. So we're heading down the mountain now. These tracks are getting fairly narrow as we're going down. So we've got to choose our lines carefully. Nothing too dangerous, but just got to keep track of where the Jeep is at all times. See up ahead here, this track is narrowed with this boulder on the left hand side, and there's a sheer drop off on the right, so we have to go fairly far right to make sure we don't hit that boulder. But the views are absolutely spectacular. So you can see things are starting to get pretty tight. There's not much space between the cliff on that side and sliding down the mountain over there. And coming up, it gets even narrower. We have to thread the Jeep through that section over there. This is going to be really interesting. So now, to add to it all, it's raining. We're very mindful of that long way down there, and we've got to see how we can thread ourselves through this here. This is going to be very, very tight. So I'm going to just jump the camera through and just show you on the edge here exactly how close we have to go. Do not hit the rock on that side. This is past my comfort zone. Way too close. We've made it. Now we've got to head down there. Not quite as tight, but still fairly tight. So we'll just take it slow, continue down. Look at this interesting section we found. Looks like there's been a rock slide through here, because those rocks look like they're freshly moved, and this road here is very rocky. So this is an interesting little piece, and if you take a look down there, it's a long way down. So we'll stick to the high side over here. Let's go down this piece. Right, we've come up to this little rocky section over here, and these rocks look pretty big, so I'm going to get a little closer for a better view. So we got a very interesting situation here. Our Jeep has to get over this obstacle, and if we miscalculate, we're going to go all the way down that side of the mountain. So we have to figure out how to thread our Jeep between the rock on that side and the cliff on this side. This is also one of those very tight spots. So we're going to keep our wheel onto these rocks on the right and come down as carefully as we can. Here goes. So you'll notice over there, we've got to make sure we keep this wheel on the left, right where it is, no matter how our body rolls, because it's going to roll severely to the left. Round about now. There we go. Feel it wanting to slide down. There we go, we've hit the sump plate. Alright, that was the first time on this trail that we've actually scraped the underside of this Jeep. We did it very gently, so I don't think there was any issues there, but we did certainly scrape. This next section here is pretty tight too, with this tree and then that cliff over there. So things are tightening up as we're going down this trail. This is really very, very tight.
Just to give you an idea of how on the edge we are really on the edge. This is uncomfortable. That one. Woo!
We made it safely to the end of the 505 trail without any major incident. We found our way through Eldora and back onto the asphalt and then headed home. This was a great afternoon outing and a highly recommended trail if you are in the area.